What's up, ladies? How y'all doing out there? I'm just kidding. This is Nico back again with the final step in doing an EMG co-write of a ESA report. And so the final step is to do the local agency records section, which is section 7.2. All right. So this one might be our quickest video of them all. Okay, so I come over here again. I've just finished the historical section. That part is me. 6.2, I completed that section. So now you don't do 7.0. That's me. And so we're gonna jump down to 7.2 though, is you. All right. So once again, remember when we filled out those forms, those FOIA forms? That's this section. Okay. All right. Remember these? You fill those out. That was part of step 3, I want to say, in the process. Yep, step 3. That was step 3 in the process. So you fill these out, and once again, people may say, "Hey, why can't I enter that straight in?" Well, actually, we have to fill these out anyway because the client actually wants a copy of these forms in the report, in the appendices, and so that's part of the process. So you either do them now or you do them later, okay? And so as part of the co-writing process, some of you have not had to do this step yet because right now we have someone filling that in. But as a co-writer, it's actually under your responsibility to actually fill out these forms while you're going through getting that information. But you don't have to put anything in here but that name and phone number, and the rest has to be filled out by the field manager. So you've already put the name and phone number there, and you've already entered in, remember, the department name. Remember, you did that in the report tags. Sorry, excuse me there. And you also put in the year, 1962 to current. You've done that. So the next part that you have to do, all you have to do in this section is put the name of that contact. Remember, it was Tim Johnson here. And you put it in just like they want you to put it. The name / now the phone number. This is important. And I don't know why it's important to EMG, but it is. They don't like dashes in their phone numbers. They want you to use dots. Okay? Now, actually, I don't know. There could be an engineering thing or something. I don't get it, but I think people have been using dots. Like when I started doing engineering and math and stuff, all of a sudden they wanted to get rid of dashes. And so, whatever. They want dots. That's what. Look at that, James Brown. Thank you for your commercial there, James. But there you go. You put Tim Johnson in. Review method. You don't know what happened here because you haven't. When you make the phone calls, you'll be able to fill this in. I tell you what. Default, it's always going to be a phone call for us. Rarely, unless we're in a large city, do we visit the building departments while we're there. We try to visit them, but most of the time people want you to make appointments and stuff like that. It just does not work out. We are mostly able to get most of our information by telephone, okay? That's at least what we're going to attempt to do before we visit, okay? So, telephone interview, name, number, telephone interview. What happened? You won't be able to fill this in until you actually start doing the phone calls. Okay, so unless you're the person who called, just leave those to what they are. It'll always defaultly say pending response from agency. Until the person actually talks to them, that can't be changed. You're done with that. Fire department, same thing. Who was the name we looked at? We found, remember? It was our guy with the fresh haircut. Golly. That's the Lord. See there? Lord said don't be ugly, right? I was messing with Tavis. All right. But let's find our reference here. Where do we put that? We put that in our file, I thought. There we go. FOIA forms. Good deal. All right. Medical lodges. I'm going to go. I click over here and I can just go page by page. Tavis Leak was his name. He was the chief. But that phone number right there, 316-660-3473, that's what we're going to put. Tavis Leak. and we're gonna go 316.6.3473. That was the phone number. All right, and now how do we called him? All right, default. You're done there. Planning department. Remember, the planning department in this town was the same as the building department. It was all under the community development, and Tim is who we talk to for both, or who we're gonna call for both. All right. Copy and paste. Telephone interview. Remember, this information you already filled in. All right. Here we can finish this off because we know we stole that from the old report, so we know this is correct. Historical zoning, there was none. Okay, at least none provided. Let me put it that way. And significant environmental information, well, we have the zoning that's above, but we won't consider that significant, so we'll say none identified. Okay. I don't expect that there are any activity use limitations for this site. In fact, I've already checked that out. So this is no AULs. It's typically default language you might put here, or liens. They're looking for environmental liens that usually are when a property used to have an underground storage tank or a dry cleaner. All right. And so, or it used to be a industrial site or something like that. Sometimes those have environmental liens on the property, but we know that we don't have a history of that here. It was just agricultural land there, and we're not too worried about that. And the final department that we looked up was the environmental health department. Now, the environmental health department is grayed out here because the only time we contact the environmental department for EMG is when there was a septic tank on site. Okay, and so now in order to turn that on, I need to come over here to all. Y'all see I just changed over here. I couldn't touch that section without, I needed to be able to turn it on or off. So I had to switch over here. You see that? It's grayed over here too. So I just hit this little block. And up here I can hide it or unhide it or show it. So I want to show it because I actually want to fill that in. Okay. All right. Now, when we did this, we had not actually filled this in. But I went and found that information. Okay. For you, because we didn't actually go through the entire example. But I'm going to get that for you. I do remember that we said we were just going to use representative as the name because it's so hard sometimes to find. But I actually, I think I have a name on here, and I'm just over here on the other screen finding that information. Bear with me here. I almost got it done. Susan. Boom. Okay. Here we go. All right. I looked up that information after the previous training. I didn't go through everything, but I did find out who the county office that actually handles septic tanks or regulates septic tank systems. So EMG, that's the only time they really care about you having to contact a health department. Now, that's not the case for AEI. Everyone else wants you to contact them automatically, and that's why we do it for every property regardless. Even when we do EMG sites, we go ahead and contact the health department and get that contact information. But we may we may grade out and hide it because we might not have a septic tank on site. But for this site, we did contact them, and the name of that was show you again, Sedgwick County Environmental Services is the office that handles regulation of septic tank systems. I'm just copying and pasting directly out of my PDF form. Her name was Susan I can't pronounce the last name. Erlenwine, and the number that was given for that website is this number. Boom. And we, once again, you're assuming that the person who actually did the phone call made a phone call. And records would date back to when? Well, this is another one that we'd like to go back to the building date all the way up to current, because that's what we're going to ask them about. Summary of records reviewed. Well, I told you the only thing we care about is septic tank registration. Okay. And I've already called. Check this out. Environmental significant information is no violations found. That's what we're really looking for most of this. You can read on here what we care about. Why do we contact these people? Well, they're right here in this bullet list. When we contact them, these are the things we're asking them about. Okay? Hazardous waste on site, underground or above ground storage tanks regulated with you, record of septic tanks installation, record of wells. Sometimes water wells are on site. If they get their groundwater, if they get their drinking water from a well on site, we care about that. Okay? And so those are the things that you are going to actually ask these representatives when you call. And that's it, y'all. I told y'all this might be the quickest section of all of them. Okay? And we are done. Okay? I'm gonna save this because I need that. Alright? And that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these 2 blank pages off here just to cheat a little. Got nothing to do with y'all. That's something good. But this is a real job, by the way, so just trying to get this thing done so I can get paid. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's getting late, y'all. I get like this when I'm sleeping. So but you've done, this is all of your sections now that you do. This is what you'll be doing as a co-writing assignment when you're doing EMG. Okay, again, I'm gonna sign off here, let you get to work, let you get to practicing. But once again, your practice will probably be a real report from this point on, because we don't have a whole lot of time out there to be asking people to waste their time doing stuff that won't get you paid. And so that covers everything. Once again, revisit these videos as much as you need. As much as you need. I know some of the stuff we go kind of quick, but you can watch it as many times as you like, rewind it, look at things over and over again until you get it down packed. But the whole point is to get to the point where you can get this portion done. These videos, I think the time on these videos probably lasts, as long as probably about 2 hours of videos, or a little less than that, but it's definitely over an hour. But that's not what we want you. We actually want you to spend less time than that. After you get all of your information together, we're hoping that it won't take you that much time at all, especially when you get your pattern down. You're going to be going very fast. Okay? Good deal. And the faster you go, the more you work you can take. All right? So God bless. Take care.